The scene opens to a full screen, older, gray-scaled, aerial picture of the city of Newton, Iowa, showing its industry section. There are streams of white smoke coming out from the tops of some of the buildings. The scene then changes to a closer shot of an industrial building with the sign on the front, the Maytag Company Building, world's largest manufacturers of washers. The scene quickly changes to a picture of City Hall with people walking in the front and cars parked in the parking lot. Another scene of an overcast sky appears, with 3 flags flying against a backdrop of a brick building with decorative geometric patterns. In the center are a solid black flag and a red flag featuring the St. Louis Cardinals logo fluttering on silver poles. To the right, a black pole supports a yellow sign and 2 racing-style flags, one checkered and another with the Iowa Speedway logo. In the lower left corner, a single green evergreen tree stands against the building. The scene finally shifts to a wide shot of a bustling town square during an outdoor event, under a gray, overcast sky. People of various ages walk across the asphalt street in the foreground, dressed in casual summer attire like t-shirts and shorts. On the right, a row of classic and modern cars, including a yellow Volkswagen Beetle and a red muscle car, are parked along the curb in front of local businesses like Mattingly and a State Farm office. To the left, a tall black light pole with a blue banner stands near a sidewalk where more people are gathered. In the background, a large white water tower stands tall, prominently featuring the words Red Pride and a red cardinal logo.
Newton has always been a town defined by entrepreneurship. It's where bold ideas and innovation have come together to grow an industry and a town. But it was never the product that made us who we are. It was the people.
The scene changes to a smiling woman with reddish blonde hair and glasses, standing in the center of a brightly lit fabric store. She wears a pink top with lace detailing on the shoulders and holds several folded bolts of vibrant, swirling orange and yellow fabric in her arms. Behind her, tall white shelves are densely packed with bolts of fabric organized by color. To her left, the shelves transition from light lime greens at the top to deep forest greens at the bottom. To her right, shelves of yellow, orange, and pink fabrics are visible. In the background, more displays of quilting supplies and a colorful finished quilt can be seen, creating an inviting atmosphere for crafters. Another scene is shown of a man with dark hair, glasses, and a goatee who stands in the center of a rustic home decor shop. He is wearing a bright orange t-shirt featuring a logo for Farmhouse Creation with the slogan, "We breathe new life into old things." The shop behind him is long and narrow, filled with a variety of handcrafted and vintage-style items. To his left, shelves and cabinets display small home accents, while to his right, a dark counter holds candles and other retail goods. In the far background, a chandelier hangs from the ceiling, and another person can be seen browsing further into the store. Another scene switches to a smiling man with white hair, glasses, and a goatee standing in a diner, holding out a large loose meat sandwich in a basket lined with red and white checkered paper. He is wearing a black polo shirt with the word Raptor on the chest. The diner background features a large chalkboard to the left with "Hurry Back" written at the top and various handwritten messages below it. To the right, typical restaurant equipment is visible, including a soda fountain and stainless steel prep tables. 2 scenes quickly transpire. One is viewed through a wooden window frame, showing a cozy boutique interior. A customer in a light blue sleeveless top stands at a white sales counter, interacting with a blonde shopkeeper in a graphic tank top. The other scene is of a woman in a striped top, looking intently at a man in an orange shirt as they talk.
That same spirit, dedication, and innovation that put Newton on the map a century ago is still alive and abundant in our community today.
A sign reads $1 next to a wooden bowl filled with white tokens. A circular label on the bowl reads 1.00, signifying $1, with the words Gezellig Brewing Company, Newton, Iowa underneath. A person's hands pour a pale ale from one of many taps. Its label identifies it as Gezellig IPA, with Bravo hops and 6.8% alcohol by volume. The scene then changes to two quick scenes. One of a man with light eyes, short dark hair, and light stubble looks directly at the camera with a small smile. He is standing in a sign workshop wearing a black baseball cap and a red t-shirt that features a small white Sign Pro logo on the left chest. Behind him to the left is a large faded black and white aerial photo of a baseball field. To his right, a large red banner for Sign Pro hangs on the wall, featuring blue and white lettering. The background also shows various tools of the trade, including rolls of vinyl, a small desk fan, and a yellow heat gun on a cluttered workbench. The second scene is at an outdoor car show, where a man in a tan bucket hat and dark jacket stands with his back to the camera, taking a photo of a family. The family, a woman holding a baby, and a man standing next to a young boy in an orange shirt, pose in front of a vintage red and white fire truck with its hood open, revealing the engine. The event takes place in a paved parking lot bordered by a green lawn and a multi-story light-colored stone building. To the left of the photographer is a classic dark gray car, and to the right a vibrant orange muscle car is parked. Several other vehicles and town buildings are visible in the background under a soft, overcast sky.
Where we once made appliances, we now brew beer, make signs and duck calls, and create memories.
The scene changes to an open-plan office, with a sign above the cubicles reading, "Engage." A man walks by in a striped office shirt and khakis, and is holding a laptop in his right hand. He walks to a desk and sits down to write. The scene then abruptly cuts to a tattooed man playing an acoustic guitar and singing.
Where we once went to work is now home to multi-use offices, co-working space, and where we play and live.
The scene cuts to outside of a plaza with a sign that reads, "Welcome to Legacy Plaza." People walk and gather outdoors at booths looking at items for sale, as well as sit at tables underneath red umbrellas for shade. A woman does a warrior pose on a brick plaza. There is a sign in the background to her left that reads, "Gezellig."
Our Legacy Plaza is an inviting corridor to our retail sector and a welcoming gathering space for the community for events both small and large.
The woman continues her warrior pose as the scene changes to a man with a long, thick gray and brown beard who looks directly at the camera with an intense expression. He is in a dimly lit bar restaurant, with blurred neon signs and a television screen visible in the background, and wearing a dark green baseball cap with a toppling Goliath patch and a black t-shirt. In his left hand he holds up a tall Bloody Mary garnished elaborately with a beef stick, pickles, peppers, and other snacks, along with a white straw. The scene cuts to a woman with long brown hair and glasses, smiling warmly while leaning on a clean white bar counter with her arms crossed. She wears a blue t-shirt and simple bracelets on her left wrist. Behind her is the service area of a brewery or tap room. On the wall, several rows of wooden plaques display the names and details of various beverages on tap. Below the plaques, a row of tap handles is visible. To the left, a professional coffee or espresso machine sits on a white cabinet, and to the right, a stainless steel sink is integrated into the workspace. The scene transitions to a smiling woman with gray hair, standing in the center of a small shop, wearing a bright yellow and gray tie-dye t-shirt under a colorful purple and blue tie-dye apron. The shop background is filled with various items, including a rack of tie-dye clothing, shelves stocked with jars of preserves and handmade bags, and to the woman's right, a Sharp brand cash register.
And our people? You won't find a group more dedicated to innovating into the future.
Two women and a man walk forward on a brick path between trees and tables with red umbrellas, with a modern glass building behind them. The scene then transitions to the two women and the man walking away on a city sidewalk, passing a building with a domed clock tower. The screen then fades to white, and the word Newton in red appears on screen. The word Newton then fades out, and the screen turns black.
Newton is an entrepreneurial community that continues to thrive.
Thank you. This video has ended.